Hi. My name's Krista, and I guess I'm gonna start doing videos now. But I want them to be like super casual. I was thinking about it earlier, and there's no time like the fucking present, and who cares at the end of the day? Who fucking cares? Who cares? I saw this video and it was like, when I feel anxiety, I do this. When I feel depressed, I do this. When I feel DDD, I do this. And it was like a whole list of things. When I feel something, I do this. I don't really see a lot of people talking about how they know what they're feeling. And that's something that I personally have struggled with literally my entire life. Up until probably the past like year or two, I could not for the life of me identify why I was feeling the way that I was feeling or what exactly I was feeling. It just felt super overwhelming to feel anything at all. Also, I want to say I am just not getting ready for my day. It is almost 1 o'clock, if not a little bit over 1 o'clock. And I have just been feeling super overwhelmed with just kind of life in general lately. And so I've kind of allowed myself to feel those things and not pressured myself into doing anything that feels like my body and my mind don't resonate with it. So anyway, I forgot I was going to take a shower today. Maybe I should take a shower before I do my hair. Actually, yeah, I'm going to take a shower. Also, I just want to say that was like a real life, like, this is like a real life thing for me. When I feel overwhelmed, I forget that I am scheduled to do things, or like I have myself like scheduled to do things. It's really difficult for me to like stay on track with the things that I need to do, especially when like I feel like I'm struggling like with my anxiety or I find myself like worrying too much. I just want to say that because I feel like identifying that and like seeing that within myself as I go through things in my day-to-day like makes it a little bit easier for me to tackle them, if that makes sense. Acknowledging that they exist is the first step into fixing it, right? So I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm gonna clear my mind, clear my fucking throat, girl, and then yeah, maybe we'll get back to it. I don't know, we'll see. Holy shit, I feel like a new woman, genuinely. I changed my outfit. I'm not gonna like, this is just a bra, so I'm not gonna just like wear a bra for the day. I also have to work tonight, so I'm not going too deep into like my outfit today, but I do like to express myself through my clothing, and I feel like as I've gotten older, I've learned myself a little bit more in that aspect, and so yeah, sometimes there are days when you just can't get it figured out, and that's okay. I think instead of avoiding it, I'm learning to face it like head on. Yeah, instead of just like ignoring it. What I was talking about before I got rudely interrupted by my scatterbrain is I feel like a lot of people talk about how like they cope with certain things like anxiety and depression and da 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 da. And I used to think that I had really bad anxiety, right? But as I learned more about myself and like really dug deep into like understanding and coming from a point of curiosity within my journey like of learning myself, I've kind of discovered that like it's not as much as like I had anxiety. It was more so a lack of confidence in myself because I didn't understand my place in the world. That was a huge aspect of it. And that kind of led to like imposter syndrome, if you're familiar with that. But imposter syndrome in the way that like I felt like I was an imposter in the grocery store. Like literally, I could be doing anything. And I felt like, oh my God, everybody else knows something that I don't know. And I just look like an idiot. That's where my headspace was. So it was less of like anxiety based. Like I didn't have anxiety. Anxiety came to me because I was dealing with other aspects of like my mental health, if that makes sense. So I learned like the root of it. Like it wasn't just anxiety. It was 500 other things, but I was only addressing the anxiety and only trying to fix the anxiety. But until you find the root of why you're feeling the way that you're feeling, ultimately you're never going to fix like the big picture feeling that like you feel, you know? So like feeling overwhelmed, for instance. Like right now I'm kind of going through a weird phase where I'm feeling really overwhelmed with just kind of like life in general. And I don't live like an extravagant life. I don't live like a crazy life or anything. I live a very like simple life. And I try to do my best, and my best is enough. But I do struggle with like my mental health on a semi-regular basis. And I've learned to, instead of fight it, I've learned to kind of like lean into it and like come from like a more curious standpoint. Like I want to understand why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling, not necessarily just try to fix the way that I'm feeling because I don't like it or because it's uncomfortable for me. If that makes any sense. Like I want to know why I feel the way that I'm feeling. I want to know what that stems from, as opposed to just being like, I don't want to feel this anymore. What can I do to make myself not feel this anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to understand the emotions and the feelings a little bit more. And honestly, that headspace really helped me in understanding like other aspects of my personality and other struggles that I was kind of facing, like depression, again, anxiety, imposter syndrome, things of that nature, and really just sitting with myself, and really just tapping into like why. Like that was the big question. Why? Yes, I feel this way, but why? Where does that stem from? Why am I feeling this way, and how can I make myself like feel more comfortable with that feeling so it gives me less of like a kind of feeling, you know? Because sometimes like that's what I feel on the inside. I feel like I looked crazy just then. But that's how I feel on the inside sometimes when I'm dealing with some of my emotions. Like anger specifically was a really hard one for me to work through, but I needed to learn how to allow myself to feel what I was feeling, because when you feel what you're feeling, you can eventually start to understand how you're feeling. Journaling was another really big one for me, / is a really big one. I ebb and flow with journaling though. Like I journal when it feels right. But like I have found other creative outlets that have allowed me to like really just tap into like my creativity, but also like my vulnerability with my emotions. So I say all that to say that is where I kind of started. And I think it's just like finding comfort within your knowing, if that makes sense. Like finding comfort with knowing who you are, why you do, the who, what, when, where, how, you know, like finding comfortability within that and finding comfortability within exploration of that within yourself. But yeah, that's where I'm kind of at with it, with my journey so far, journey thus far. And honestly, making content and like doing videos and stuff, like I've always found an appeal to. I've never done it because of that little voice that's like, imposter syndrome, you don't know what you're doing. Everybody else knows what they're doing. But at the end of the day, I don't care if I don't know what I'm doing. Sue me. Sue me. Who's going to come get me? Because I don't give a fuck if I don't know what I'm doing. If I don't know what I'm doing, okay, work. I'm going to learn. I have a growth-based mindset. It doesn't have to be perfect. I've learned that with like art in general. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you feel drawn to it, especially, it does not have to be perfect. It just needs to be done. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be done. Girl, it doesn't have to be fucking perfect. It just needs to be fucking done. And that's how I think that like I personally have broken through with so many different art forms that I love, because I'm like, I'm not great at them by any means. I'm not great at them, but I do them because I feel drawn to them, and because when I'm done with them, like if I sit down and I'm like, I want to write this out. I did this earlier today. I want to write this out. This is how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like da-da-da-da. I'm just going to blank page, da-da-da-da-da. Just start writing, drawing, doodling, doing whatever the fuck I want to on a piece of paper. By the end of it, I feel phenomenal. I feel like a weight has been lifted off of my chest and I have gotten it all out, and I have just like put it out there into the ethers. And I just feel like it's no longer only within me, it is now outside of me. And now I feel that I can approach that emotion, that feeling, that situation, that circumstance a little bit differently and with a clearer headspace. Now, did I just eat that up or what? Yeah, there are a lot of different art forms that like I have been drawn to recently, and this is one of them. And so that's why I've started doing it. My friend started her YouTube channel, and I feel like when you see somebody else do something that you want to do, especially a loved one, it encourages you to also do the same thing. Because like she wanted to do that for a while. I wanted to do it for a while. I want to feel comfortable in doing something like this, you know? And I think that it takes a village, and at the end of the day, I'm not trying to impress anybody. Also, don't look at my fucking nails. They broke. 2 of them broke, and I used to be like, oh, 2 of them broke, I can keep the rest of them long. But then, I don't know, I kind of hit something within me, and I was like, I don't like the way that looks. Like, it don't look good. So then I had to cut all of them off, and now they're nice and stubby. Anyway, I'm gonna go get dressed. I'm gonna go get dressed and start my day, and yeah, I might take you along, I might not. This might just be the end of it, and if it is, happy first video to me. Not to anybody else, because respectfully, I don't give a fuck if anybody else likes this or if anybody else watches this. Like, I don't care. This is for me, girl. This is for me and potentially my girls, because I know that we be going through the same things because we talk about it over a martini or 2. Okay, I'm gonna go get ready for my day. Love ya. Oh my god, I love these pants. Oh, I love them. I love them. They're so cute. I love them. I wear them probably every single day of my fucking life. Probably every single day of my life, because I believe in wearing the things you love and loving the things you wear, okay? I feel like I naturally give like kind of an 80s vibe as far as like my aesthetic goes. And this shirt just feels very like 80s, you know? And I feel like it's cute with the whole fit. So yeah, anyway, this is my outfit of the day. Love ya!